And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Storm Gaming, leading this, or representing Storm Gaming from the land of Denmark. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, who currently teamless, but deserving to be on a team. It is a Creator. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think it will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Let's jump into our PvP, as we jump into our first semifinals match of the broadcast. Let's go. No disimbalance at all. I mean, if you watched Shin versus Classic, you would know that that could have gone either way, and a lot of it came down to the positional play of Shin, where he was he was caught with his pants down. He missed the main army, and as a result, Classic just went for the kill, went across the map. Likewise on Ultra Love as well, Shin, he was ahead, and Shin made the decision to commit to an all-in instead of macroing out of it. So definitely could have seen a Shin versus Classic go either way. I cannot speak on Mana versus Clem. I know that Mana, he has been on fire as of late, and he can definitely spike or punch up and take down some big names. I don't know what occurred in that series, but Clem, he, I would say, has the best TVP in the world. So I think that really says more about Mana than anything, and gives praise to Mana. Usually Clem is winning these tournaments. Usually he is taking down, you know, players like Hero, like MaxPax, like Mana, and being our champion. So yeah, I think that does kind of deserve more praise to Mana more than anything. But I don't know what happened in that series. I didn't see the games. Did not see the games. I believe Indy covered that series. I think Indy did cast Mana versus Clem, and I think Coca casted that series as well. So VODs are going to be available for Coca and Indy stream for that series. Otherwise, we are settling in and getting into our PvP. For now, Gate Cyber into Stargate out of MaxPax, Standard Opener out of MaxPax. Meanwhile, Creator going for a 2-gate opener himself. So Creator, he has the option to go for an all-in. He has the option to commit, to go for a double Stalker into a 3rd and 4th Stalker into a proxy across the map. For now, he will delay the expansion, and we'll see if he opts to skip it. Yeah, he skips. Okay. So double Stalker, he skips his 4th unit, Sentry into double Sentry into expansion. So Creator, he will be taking his own Nexus, and you can see the timings here. The Nexus is later for Creator, but only by a couple of seconds. Like, the Nexus timings are quite similar with each other, as we do not follow up with extra Stalkers. So Creator, he is going to be catching up economically. Meanwhile, Creator is going to be stuck defending. That is the advantage of MaxPax's build here, is that 1, it's very economic. 2, because of the Oracle opener, Creator has to invest in defending back at home with shield batteries and with Stalkers. So Creator is going to be stuck at home. Oracle moves out. There's the energy overcharge. Here comes MaxPax. Setting up the stasis, threatening the main. Creator is on patrol. He's on patrol. Does zone the Oracle away for the time being. Behind this, setting up shield batteries, a decent force with locking down the Stalker. Yeah, the Stalker is locked down, and the sentries, they should be able to shut down the Stalker. There is no escape. Nice pickup. Nice pickup on the Stalker. Meanwhile, MaxPax, what's important here, he does not invest into a 2nd Oracle. It is very common to do so. Instead, faster Twilight Council into a Gateway Explosion into Blink Stalker. So Blink versus Blink. And just the 1 Oracle. It's going to be on Creator to confirm, and it looks like he does. Yeah, he does confirm nothing else being built from the Stargate. He confirms the Twilight Council follow-up. Creator knows. Oh, nice stasis. Stasis goes off. MaxPax, he breaks out. Breaks out of the contain. The Oracle is active once again. MaxPax getting ready for his own 3rd expansion. Stalker does go down. Takes down the initial Stalker. Likewise, stasis trap into the mineral line. Oh! Catching out a probe. This MaxPax does pull away. Does pull away. MaxPax securing his own third base. Oh! Diving on the main army. And Creator, can they catch out these Stalkers? Shield Batteries not ready. Not bad. Yeah, does outposition MaxPax. Catching out 1, 2, 3 Stalkers. Locks down the army. Does force the blink. And Max, I see, bleeds out far too much here. Ay, ay, ay. That was how many? That was 6 Stalkers going down. So much is relying on the stasis trap. Creator, he does notice. He's so close. He's so close to breaking MaxPax. Observer has arrived. And again, Creator, he shouldn't be baited in. Oh, there we go. Takes out the stasis. Nicely done. Takes out the stasis. Does move in. Boys are being pulled. And MaxPax is barely holding on at the same time. Does go for a counterattack. Bleeding out more Stalkers. Shield battery's almost done. Look at the army sides here. Creator barely ahead in Stalkers, but only barely. And the Oracle does pop off. Massive stasis. Ay, ay, ay. Again, Creator, he was so close, but he's missed his window. He has missed his window. Now there's a shield battery. Now it's up and running. MaxPax does survive, does defend. Really nice movement out of MaxPax. A lesser player would have died then and there. And Creator, he's forced back. He's forced back home. He has to get his economy back up and running. Getting his third base saturated. Getting to +1. And the game continues. The game does continue. Creator, he did get away with that Observer just in time. Did get away. Creator does, as Creator is going to be forced back. Oh. Likewise, depths are going to be cleaned up here towards that natural. Oh, I say that 5 drones going to be going down. That is brutal damage. And you can see how momentum has swung from one player to the other here. Creator, he did have momentum early on, breaking the third. After he failed to do so, MaxPax now taking the lead. Up in Stalkers. Getting his 4th base. Now the upgrades are going to be in favor of Creator. True, he has faster +1. This should lead into faster +2. Likewise, Charge is finishing up into Temple Archives, into Archon production. So Creator, the tech is going to be on his side. MaxPax will have the Stalker count though. Does have more Stalkers. Probes, they try to get past. They will. So Creator does claim his 4th. Adepts shading into the mineral lines. Creator not quite in position. And Probe's going to be going down. Creator does catch out a Stalker. He gets 2. Takes down 2 Stalkers. Mining is denied at the 3rd. And even at the natural as well. Oof. Yeah, boys are being pulled. That's going to be 3, 4, 5 probe kills. Oh, getting up to 4. Still not bad. Nice damage here from MaxPax. Meanwhile, he's caught up in the upgrades, and +2 was delayed for Creator, so +2 is now actually in favor of MaxPax. Has taken that upgrade lead. Meanwhile, targeting down the base. Base is going to go down. Creator thankfully does spot the stasis. And not baited in. And Creator, he's all in at this point, or he's committed. Lost the expansion. Likewise, MaxPax does get into the mineral lines. More probes going to be going down. MaxPax just pulling Creator apart. He even forced a recall. Creator, he doesn't want to be forced into that all in. Does recall, does defend. As more Zealot armor as they trickle in. They do keep trickling in. Getting a handful of workers. And you can see the supply disparity now. Again, MaxPax just being that much more efficient, denying the economy time and time again. Going for the third base for a second time. Doesn't quite get it. But again, still has a massive advantage. I mean, he can just take the fight at this point. Yeah, MaxPax, he waits for the Zealots. He wants the Immortal. The Immortal is going to be targeted down. And Creator just being torn apart here. Trying to hold on up against the wall. Stays strapped behind this. Does connect. Oh my god, it blinks into it. Ay, ay, ay. Blinks into the stasis. MaxPax taking more bases, taking more expansions. And Creator, he can just no longer keep up. In a mirror matchup especially. Creator did have some moments in this game. But they were mainly in the early to mid game here. So once again, MaxPax decommits to the fight, takes down the Archon. Another stasis goes off, once again connects with Zealots. Creator trying to chase him down at the same time. Oh, that's going to be a kill on the third for the second time this game. And Creator is being overwhelmed. Bleeding out bases. Bleeding out expansions. Now from here, there are ways to recover when it comes to Dark Templar, for example, disruptors. Like, there are ways to make up for supply deficits in PvP. Unfortunately, Creator doesn't really have any of these options. We have a Dark Stride in favor of MaxPax even. As Creator forced to engage, forced to fight. Trading somewhat well here with his Zealots at least. Tanking a lot of shots. Must tank quite a bit. But it looks like this is going to be his final fight here, his last stand. Creator trying to force his way through, but again, without any Zealots to tank, he just can't really stand up against these Stalkers. Archon goes down as well, Zealot steps forward. MaxPax does kite back. At the same time, Zealots are just wreaking havoc, taking down more and more probes, more and more mineral lines. And GG gets called. MaxPax will take game number 1. GG. Again, Creator, he did have a stronger start to the game, I will say. He was able to keep up economically, deny the initial Oracle harass, and get across the map. But after he failed to break the third, that was almost game then and there. Like, Creator, he lost his lead, he lost his advantage. He bled out a lot of his economy, if you remember, taking a massive stasis to the face in the main base, and GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if Creator can force the ace match. I mentioned before that Creator, he has defeated MaxPax. He did defeat him last week, did beat him in the Pigostar Cup. But we'll see if he can do the same here in the WardiTV Monday. We'll see if he can bring it back. Here we go. And here we go, spawning in the top right-hand corner. It's the right-hand corner here of Tokamak. We have the blue Protoss flavor, the blue Protoss himself, representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss flavor, the red Protoss himself. Representing himself, currently teamless. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can force the ace match and bring us all the way to game 3. It is a Creator. Let's go. Now we know how MaxPax is going to open. We know it's going to be a gate, cyber, into Stargate, into expansion. MaxPax, he might cut some corners and he might go for a faster Nexus, but that's really the only deviation that MaxPax has. From the side of Creator, how does he approach his opponent? Does he mirror his build, and do we go into Phoenix Wars? Do we commit to a one-base all-in? What is the plan? For the most part, it's going to be on Creator to kind of adjust and to adapt. Because MaxPax is just going to do more of the same. Like it's that's just the dynamic of MaxPax and PvP. Here we go. Creator pokes in, back at home. What do we see? Only one gateway. So far, we are headed towards Phoenix Wars. There it is. Gate, Cyber, into Stargate, into expansion. Same can be said for MaxPax. Mirrored builds. Now again, this should not surprise you. If you've been watching PvP over the past 6 months, you would know that the Korean Protoss scene has adapted the MaxPax opener ever since November of last year. So we've seen players like Trap, Creator, Hero, Classic, and Nightmare, alongside many others, all embrace this opener as well. Which is why we've seen a rise in Phoenix Wars in PvP in general in the meta, just because more players are opening up in such a way. Now, both players should be pylon blocking each other, and if we see a pylon block, yep, there it is, a Stargate. So Stargate at a MaxPax, Stargate at a Creator. There's a reason why we brought up the subject of Phoenix Wars. It's because this opener, this Cybercore opener, screams Phoenix Wars, or it screams Stargate opener. If both players open Stargate, both players have to make Phoenixes. So Phoenix Wars have begun. When it comes to Phoenix Wars, a lot of it comes down to positional play, a lot of it comes down to stacking, a lot of it comes down to certain timings as well. The timing of the second Stargate, the timing of the Fleet Beacon, the timing of Phoenix range. There are certain timings that can be really impactful, on top of that positional play as well. And there are some other little finer details that do kind of come into play as well. I do like this for Creator. He does get the first shot off, and he does target down the initial Zealots. Ooh, but MaxPax does target down the Adept instead. Yeah, get some hold damage going for the Adept. Adept does shade away as they avoid each other. Adept threatening a dive from both players. MaxPax does fully wall, so does Creator. Phoenix moves out. And again, this Adept is just forcing a response early on. It's quite a nuisance. Our Creator does have that Zealot advantage, true. He is off that one unit. And the wall is about to be broken. But the Adept is caught out. Likewise, MaxPax, he will save his own Adept as he did turn back around. So I would say this is a bit of a more efficient move here by MaxPax as he saves his Adept, and that can be very useful later on. Meanwhile, ooh, faster second Stargate for MaxPax, a bit of a later second Stargate for Creator. That is dangerous. It tells me there's going to be a small window in time where MaxPax can be up a Phoenix. Just because he's making 2 Phoenixes at a time, that much faster compared to the 1 Phoenix of Creator. But again, it's a small window. With Creator, he will eventually keep up or catch up. So go, Phoenix is on the way. From here, we're just building up. Right now, Creator has a slight Phoenix advantage for that. That's about to change here. As Creator's being active. Bold move. Adept does move out on the right-hand side. We have spotter pylons for Creator. And Creator, he will pick off the Adept. Likewise, Creator, he does get the pylon in time. Now, the purpose of this pylon is to block the expansion and to keep vision across the map. Like, these pylons are so crucial when it comes to scouting, when it comes to figuring out where your opponent's Phoenixes are. Remember, Phoenixes, they don't shoot down. They do not shoot down, so these pylons are more or less permanent. We can see that we're forcing out a Zealot out of MaxPax, so MaxPax forced to be inefficient. Meanwhile, Creator goes for the faster Fleet Beacon. Phoenixes, they get spotted.
Our pylon is under attack.
Phoenixes are spotted. Creator stacking back at home. Now, Creator, he can try to be active and try to focus down this Zealot, but it is a bait. Like, ideally, MaxPax, you can see he's waiting. He's waiting to see if Creator takes the bait, and if Creator goes for the Zealot. When you see Creator, he ignores it. He stays at home. So MaxPax, he's kind of laid the trap. But Creator, he just chills, takes the expansion. And remember, Creator, he doesn't have to go for it. He's waiting for his own Phoenix range. There we go. Fleet Beacon is done, and the Impulse Crystal should soon begin. Now, when it comes to Phoenix range, as MaxPax, he gets his own pylon block, and likewise going for more pylons. Once again, MaxPax trying to bait out Creator. This is more impactful though. Like, Creator, he has to engage, or at least he feels the pressure to, but he can't. So that's another pylon going down. MaxPax, he gains map control thanks to that one Zealot. Takes down the pylon. And again, Creator, he knows how dangerous it is to try to go for the Zealot. As MaxPax, he gets a pylon at both bases, at the 4th base on the right and the 4th base on the left. Meanwhile, Creator, he doesn't have his pylon blocks up. He doesn't have them going, so MaxPax, he won't be delayed. Currently, MaxPax is in a better position. Meanwhile, both players have finished Phoenix range. MaxPax, he moves out. Comes down to the stacking. And Creator, he spread! Now's not the time. Panic stack. But MaxPax, I believe, takes the better trade. Yeah, it takes down 1, takes down 2. Better trade from MaxPax. He trades 1 for 2. Results in the mineral line, killing probes. And Creator is falling apart here. Yeah, brutal losses. Creator's gonna lose everything. Every Phoenix is gonna go down. Better trade for MaxPax. And MaxPax, he has done it. Again, one bad fight is all it takes. And Creator, he will lose everything. GG gets called. MaxPax, he will take the lead. He will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. Whew, GG. GG, well played, Creator. He was not ready for the engagement. He did have a comparable Phoenix count, but again, he was caught spread out. He was not stacked. Because he was spread, that means that half his Phoenixes did not fight. They did not shoot initially, so he bled out 1, 2, 3 Phoenixes real fast and real quick. And with that, GG. GG, well played. One fight is sometimes all it takes. And now we're getting into our next series. We're getting into our next best of 3. Here we go. Here we go. The upper semifinals is getting ready, and we will soon jump in. We're here to determine who has the best PvP amongst all these players. Hero is not here, by the way. Hero, he got knocked out earlier by Creator. Usually it's Hero that is able to shut down and deny MaxPax, but not this time. Here we have Mana and Classic rising up instead. And to be fair, both Mana and Classic have defeated MaxPax in the past, but MaxPax is still favored here. I would say MaxPax still favored over the remaining players. So it will be an uphill battle.